Well, good morning. I'm going to be doing a project here for you today. We're going to make a fish mouth spreader for use for hanging canteens and so on over an open fire. Have you ever looked at these things at Walmart, at Cabela's, at wherever? They run $3, $4, $5 a pair. Why would I spend that kind of cash money when I can smith it myself? Granted, this is barely smithing, but it is smithing, since the definition of the word blacksmithing is moving metal to a useful shape. Stick with me, and I'll show you how it's done. Oh, and while we're at it, I'm going to be doing a shout out right now for Disposable 762. He's doing a giveaway. I'll leave a link down below in the show more information box. Go check it out. Stick around and we'll show you how this is done. Okay, here's how I make these things. First thing we got to do is we got to cut this thing, this coat hanger. And then we got to straighten out the bends. Oh, bother. Then we're going to measure it here on my layout marks. All this is a 21-inch layout setup. Actually, it's 21.5 inches. This gives me my cut point for my next cut. Now that piece I'll fetch afterwards. I'm not throwing it away just because it's more than I needed for this job. Now, here's the next point. Now, I forgot to lay it out already. I need to measure from one end, from one mark to the next, the 7-inch mark, and from 7 inches to 14 inches. Now, why is that? Because that's the dead center, almost. We're going to give this just a little bit more here and a little bit more there. Okay. So now what I want to do is from that point to that point, that's where I'm going to hold it, and it's going to get wrapped around this rod. Because this circumference of 1.5 wraps is 7 inches. So, we'll put this on our marks, and that tells me that is where I want to be bending it at. There we have the makings. Now we have to come back in here, take just a small piece of this and bend it out 90 degrees. Then we're going to come in here and we're going to grab this in about the same place and bend it out 90 degrees. And thus you have a fish mouth spreader for hanging a aluminum or stainless steel canteen over a campfire. Now, I don't make mine quite as short as some, and I make it with a much larger loop than some people make it. But that's the way I like them, and they work well for me. That's how it's done at the smithy. Oh, and while I'm at it, Heidi, smithing doesn't require a forge or an anvil at all times. In this case, this is my anvil. This is the metal being moved. A coat hanger. Okay? You don't have to have scorching white hot metal for it to be smithing. As long as you're moving and shaping metal. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I had a couple of comments recently from a young lady named Heidi. And she couldn't figure out where the smithing was or where the bushcrafting was. So I'm going to answer these questions loud and clear. You've seen no smithing videos aside from like this kind of thing because I lost the rights to the land where my smithy had been for several years, about 5 years back. And I have not yet found a suitable place to relocate my smith to. That's why my anvil and forge reside right there, under the cover of that old kid's rain jacket. And, by the way, don't forget to